based in Jamaica, Jamaica. I'm Sean Peel. This is Nicholas Williams. I'm Ryan Shaw, and he is Alex Poppy. So, what is deforestation? Deforestation is the clearing of trees for space, land, and non-environmental uses. This process includes the cutting down, burning, and destroying of forests.
Where does it happen? Deforestation typically occurs to acquire land for settlements, so like housing, plantations, so food and crops, and pastures for livestock. And trees are used as fuel, or lumber. It's also used for the making of products that necessitate wood, like paper, and for man-made disasters. So like forest fires.
Where does it happen? Deforestation happens all over the world. Places most affected by deforestation include the Amazon in Brazil, the tropical forest in Indonesia, and parts of Russia.
These countries are largely affected because their ample forests provide a lot of merchandise for the ever-expanding lumber industry. In these countries, most of the logging is done illegally.
So our simple question was, what are the effects of deforestation on the planet, and what is being done globally to prevent or control the issue?
We showed it during the fish test. No, it's okay. Why should we care?
We should care because forests are an essential part of the environment, covering 31% of the land area in our planet. They benefit us in many ways.
Trees produce vital oxygen. Forests help prevent landslides. They provide homes for the local wildlife, and about 1.6 billion people rely on benefits forests offer.
How does it affect the planet? Deforestation contributes towards global warming. This is because when trees are felled, the carbon they've been storing is released into the atmosphere, where it mingles with other greenhouse gases from other sources, thus contributing to global warming.
It aids towards the extinction of many species. Many species of birds, insects, mammals, and plant lives their homes are found in forests.
Deforestation contributes to a lower air quality, especially when trees are burnt. This contributes to a higher level of air pollution, which greatly affects people's health.
It also it can lead to poor crop production. The trees, they enrich the soil, which help produce crops. And if the trees are cut down, there won't be anything to enrich the soil, so it would be harder to grow crops.
And so what is being done globally? There are many steps being taken globally to prevent deforestation, such as rational harvesting is one way that farmers all over the world are helping to control deforestation, and forest fires are another major cause of deforestation. Many countries, such as the United States, use a method called fire suppression to combat this, and they can explain that.
Fire suppression is where the forestry management agencies, they cut down a certain area of forest and replace it with much stronger, thicker trees to prevent trees that may be lost to accidental forest fires.
What are other countries doing about deforestation? Brazil has dramatically reduced their rate of deforestation. Between the years of 1996 and 2006, Brazil's deforestation rate was reduced by 67%. This was due to the increasing protected forest reserves in the Amazon to half of the total forest area.
In 2011, Indonesia signed a 2-year moratorium, a temporary pause in activity, a moratorium policy on logging with Norway. If they are successful in maintaining this moratorium, they will receive a grant of $1 billion in US dollars from Norway to help further their deforestation efforts. So far, they have complied with this ban and stopped most of their logging in the country.
Russia also has high rates of deforestation because of the ample amount of thick trees in the Russian taiga. And the southern portion of the country near to China, Russia are proposing many different solutions to solve this. This includes trying to completely stop logging in the taiga forest.
And what I just found out today is that in Malaysia, people are cutting down so many palm trees without remorse because they want to get palm oil, which is very valuable there. And because they're doing that, they're losing so many palm trees. And so this one group of students who were doing this GIS project, GIS, so they went in depth on Google Earth and Google Maps to see where all the areas of deforestation were happening. And so they alerted the authorities to look out in those areas just in case any illegal deforestation is going on there.
Fun fact, between the years of 1996 and 2006, Brazil has managed to reduce their rate of deforestation by an astounding 67%. And they hope to further reduce that rate by 80% by the year 2020.
The history of deforestation in Jamaica. Deforestation in Jamaica can be traced back to 1449, from when Columbus first discovered the island and took notice of its large forests. The Spanish wished to explore this island and expand their territory, and so they cut down trees. The rate of deforestation increased again in the 1800s under the rule of the English Empire, and then decreased in 1943. The rate of deforestation has been slowly decreasing since then, and soon we hope to have all of our forests restored.
How does it affect Jamaica? Jamaica is a small island, yet we are losing our forests at a very rapid rate. Over 75% of Jamaica's forests have been lost. This is due to several reasons: agricultural expansion, new coffee plantations, and bauxite mining. That's considered to be one of the main reasons behind deforestation in Jamaica. So for many years now, large areas of forest on the island have been cleared due to open pit mining for bauxite, which requires the complete removal of vegetation and topsoil. So everything has to be cleared, which is why so much deforestation.
What can we do to help? There are many small things that we can do every day to help combat deforestation. We can use less paper by only printing necessary documents and reusing and recycling it. Another way we can help to lower the rate of deforestation is to plant more trees, like the tree planting.
We can try to organize petitions to help preserve forest areas and help protect them from people doing illegal activities.
Buying products that leave a lower carbon footprint, such as eco-paper, really helps lower the rate of deforestation. Eco-paper is 100% tree-free and is made from recycled paper, from agro-industrial waste such as banana and coffee plantation waste, and also the waste of beans and lemons and mangoes. What is being done to control deforestation in Jamaica? The Forestry Department has taken many steps in helping the prevention of deforestation in Jamaica. All sawmills on the island must be registered with the Forestry Department, and this helps to prevent illegal logging.
The Forestry Department has recommended the declaration of 13 areas to be forest reservations, and this helps because it helps keep the forest safe.
The forestry department is also raising awareness to educate the majority of the population on the dangerous effects of deforestation.
So
This,
for example, on National Tree Planting Day, is in the middle of last month, they released, the minister and the CEO of the forestry department released messages to the public where they talked about the effects of deforestation. What have we done so far? So far, we've held several activities to bring awareness to the issue of deforestation. We planted trees on the field of our school in recognition of National Tree Planting Day.
We held a plant sale where students, parents, and teachers from AISK purchased different types of plants.
And in collaboration with the other gym groups, we hosted a lock-in at AISK where students paid money to stay overnight at the school and partake in fun activities.
what are we planning to do for the future? Over the course of next year, our group plans to collaborate with the forestry department in Jamaica to bring more awareness to this issue. We also plan to host more interactive activities that involve other students at AISK, like joining the forestry department's yearly hike up the Blue Mountain to plant trees.
How are we going to keep the project going? In a few years, the students in our gym group will no longer be at AISK, so the next gym group will continue to try and educate the population on the effects of deforestation. And steps to take in order to try and stop it. They will continue efforts to raise global awareness of deforestation.
They will also continue to water our plants and take care of them so that in a few years, AISK will have shady areas to sit under.
Excuse me, I have some comments, may I? Congratulations, this is a wonderful work, beautiful work. I'm a botanist, and I've been taught botany in one of our federal universities in Brazil for 17 years. I love this project. We have something similar in Brazil, in American School of Recife, that we are going to present this afternoon. Something about the importance. Have you ever heard about floating rivers? When you know that they release oxygen, that's great. But you know what? They release a lot of water vapor because all the leaves, they have still made small, tiny pores that they release. We call this leaf transpiration. And this is so important. We know that all these clouds that we are seeing right now, it comes from the oceans because of the evaporation, most of them, yes. But forests, they have a really high contribution for the formation of these floating rivers. And so it can influence, for example, what is your sensation under a tree? This is fresh.
Yes.
This is because of this leaf transpiration. This is a lot of water vapor into the air. It's, okay, it's
Excuse me.
good.
There are two national forests in Jamaica, John Crow and Blue Mountain. One of them is a montane rainforest.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's misty all the time.
Because of the leaf transpiration.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Right.
This is wrong when they say that Amazon rainforest is lungs. The lungs of the world. This is wrong. This is the AC device. Yeah, because it controls the climate locally and globally.
Sure.
Yeah, but congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Very
I
good.
was curious to know the names of the trees you guys planted back in your school. Do you know?
Yeah, we
She told me,
planted-
but I wanted to.
We planted blue maho. We planted 3 yellow pui trees and 3 pride of Barbados.
And the Blue Maho is the national tree
Yeah.
of Jamaica.
Great.
So how many trees in the total you planted back in your school?
7.
7.
And then we had the plant sale, so the teachers and the parents are able to take home different types of flowering bushes and small plants.
When did you plant those trees?
Our National Tree Planting Day, so
Which
like,
was,
when was
it was last month.
September,
That's-
October.
It was mid-October, like early
It's-
October.
Yeah, we planted ours, we had Arbor Day, what
Arbor
we
Day,
call
which
Arbor
is
Day.
American.
This was like 2 years ago. We planted 7 of them, but unfortunately, only one survived.
You have
So
any
you have to
rain
keep
there?
that in mind, because, I mean, remember, we had 7 of the trees, and only one survived, and then recently I was talking to our gardener, and he said that one also died.
Do you have rain there?
Rainy season
It
and
was
dry
during
season,
the rain,
you know.
it was during
Yeah,
the
we
rainy
have that too.
season.
Mm-hmm.
Arbor Days is during the rainy season,
Ah,
so that's the timing for planting.
Probably some problem
Well,
of
we
the
have
plant or
a
something.
weekly schedule, so in the week, we have 5 people in our group, one of us didn't come. So every lunchtime we come out and water.
How big were
Oh.
the trees when you planted? That is also important.
They're like,
They're really small, yeah, because the engineers, forest engineers, they say that the tallest is better, you know, when they're stronger. If they're very small, you have a chance of, so be careful.
Be careful.
Yeah,
And they planted it in an area where we actually have no trees, so we really need the
They
trees.
need to water.
Yeah, we really need the trees there.
and you need to water them constantly because of the, you know, the light storm.
You could change the local climate of the school because
Yeah.
of the leaf transpiration.
Yeah.
So my advice is maybe planting more because you never know how many will
So
survive.
we're going to
Yeah.
do that too.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to get, a program going with gray water, so we can recycle our water and, spray the plants, spray the trees and spray the plants.
I remember something about the paper, use of paper. For example, we are trying in American School of Recife avoiding the use of paper. I use Edmodo.
We try to.
Yeah.
We-
It's
we
Google
have,
Drive.
we're like
Google
really
Drive,
involved with technology in our
yeah.
school, like we use laptops like.
To avoid using paper.
Yeah.
We're
My
limited
tests,
to,
I
like-
still use paper, but I would like to change it.
We're
We're
pretty
limited
good.
the amount of paper we're allowed to like print out, and we only print like necessary like tests and stuff.
And we have a recycled paper project there, yes? The Hospital do Câncer is a hospital with help me, Raquel.
We have one
The
too.
Hospital do Câncer.
That helps children with cancer.
Yes, so they will go there.
But something
yeah.
positive, in 2006, we planted several trees, and one of them got cut down because of construction the school was building. So unfortunately, that one was cut down, but we have the other ones that are now big and strong.
Great.
And for the first time it gave, and we're gonna talk about that this afternoon. The first fruit, it's a big fruit, and the tree's named Paquita aquatica.
I got a jackfruit poser.
No.
In English
It's
it's called
different.
money tree.
Money trees.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Portuguese they have several names, Monguba, Carolina. And so after 8 years, it gave the first fruit, and we took the seeds, and now we have
The seeds are big
39
like this one.
39 seedlings from 2 trees. And this is our project. We are now having the seedlings from trees that we planted 8 years ago.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But the ones we planted 2 years ago,
Yeah.
we didn't have
So
success.
we have about 70, yeah?
Now we have
70, yeah.
70, but not all are Paquita aquaticas. So we're waiting for them to be strong, to grow a little bit more, so we can plant them. They're big now. They're like this big, but we still are waiting, so they get.
I like it.
Very nice.
Congratulations. Keep doing that. Plant more.
Wait.
Yeah.
Another idea maybe, we are going to promote tree donations for the community. We're gonna try to get more seedlings, and whoever wants to adopt a tree.
Right, the adopted tree program.
Right.
Is that,
So maybe you can do that back in your school.
can you guys please pair up for our activity, we're gonna explain.
Yeah,
Oh, you have 3, level 3. We'll explain it in a
You guys are both.
Can
Yeah, but if they're like, yeah, make a group of.
Well, are you guys together? I don't want to take away from your pair. All right.
Here, just look around.
If they're like.
Richard, I'm Ryan.
Two goals, we have to know that we have to. So then no one would actually be like.
So get in touch with your USAID through the USM.
They can watch the meeting.
And they, do you have?
I'll make a change later. I know it, I know it.
No, it is like it's
USA.
USAID.
We do have
But here's so much more about that. Oh my god, yeah, I love it.
Oh, yes.
I agree, I completely agree. I know, I mean, this is like, right? It's just like, yeah, like people in the basketball.
guys for our activity. Top.
The Blue Mountains, yeah.
Okay guys, so
They go up to about
we're gonna ask you
3,000
to
Give you this.
make trees out of Play-Doh.
Okay, so wait, in pairs or in groups of three, we're gonna, it's a competition between all you guys, see if you make
Yes.
good. And,
Do you want us up front?
Yeah.
Aaron, join our group. Aaron,
Are there rules?
join our group.
don't tell them what
No. It's a
Just get in groups, just get in groups.
Ela vai fazer pra mim.
That's unfair, he's got green.
No, what's sharing you?